Now let us try to see what are the ideal characteristics or requirements of a suspension. So let us try to see the characters that are going to be required of a pharmaceutical suspension. The first and foremost thing in a pharmaceutical suspension is uniform distribution. The particles which are going to be present in a pharmaceutical suspension should have the same size, same shape, and should be distributed uniformly throughout the suspension. This is going to be the first condition of a good pharmaceutical suspension. The second important criteria is pourability. That means there should not be any problem while storage or when you are transferring the material from container or bottle to that of a spoon or to a material which is going to be provided by the manufacturer. Now the pourability should be such that is the viscosity should be controlled in such a way that it is going to remain stable and it is also going to be easily transferable from container to a spoon. So therefore the viscosity or the rheology of a pharmaceutical suspension should be such that it is going to be easily pourable. The third aspect is going to be physical stability. That means it remains uniformly distributed throughout the container during its shelf life. What exactly we mean by shelf life is during the period in which we are going to say that it can be used safely. Say for example, if a pharmaceutical suspension is going to have an expiry dating of 2 years, within these 2 years the physical stability of the product should not be affected. It should not form a cake and remain at the bottom, and it should be in a position to be distributed easily. Distribution of the drug in the product, this should be easily dispersible. There should not be any settling of the drug. If it is going to be settling, then the redispersal should be easy. So a good pharmaceutical suspension should not settle very rapidly. Even if there is going to be settling on mild shaking, the drug should be uniformly distributed throughout the content and it should be having uniform amount of drug in the entire liquid. Palatability. A good pharmaceutical suspension should have good palatability. Palatability means should have acceptable taste, because as I was telling you, it is going to be mostly administered for children. The children should like the product and there should not be any problem of vomiting and there should not be any problem of non-acceptance, because the children do not like acrid taste and the children do not like bitter taste, and if we forcibly put them, then they immediately try to vomit it out. So therefore the palatability or the acceptability of the taste and flavor should be there. Good taste and good sweetening effect should be present for a good pharmaceutical suspension. So these are some of the ideal characteristics which are going to be required for a pharmaceutical suspension.